It's been a hot minute. Welcome back to Makeup Tip Tuesday, the very first one coming from our new store downtown Kelowna. So seeing how it is back to school, it is September officially. Let's get things rolling into fall. I don't know about you, but I am looking forward to some boots, some pumpkin spice lattes, and some sweaters. So today I'm actually going to do a combo that I've never done before. So we're going to do something new together. I'm going to use Radiant. This is our Miracle Under Eye Brightener. And for those of you that have the one and done kit, it's also our blush, and we're going to do our lips. I'm going to actually do a smoky eye with this guy, but I'm going to add a little pizzazz with Firestone. So of course, step one is our Depuff and Prime Gel. Give it a good shake. I've already prepped my skin with the Sunday Body Glow Oil. So we're gonna roll top and bottom, and then we're gonna tap and just let this get tacky before going into our eyeshadow. So the key when you're using the Depuff and Prime Eye Gel as your primer for your eyeshadow, you wanna get it where it's just nice and tacky, not wet, okay? I'm gonna use the all over shadow brush, and I'm gonna start in the center of my lid. Remember, your first touch point is always going to be your darkest. So we want to start in the center, blending out to the outside edge, stopping at our last eyelash, and then connecting it in to the inner corner, like so. So I am going to do a couple layers to make sure that it's nice and set. And now I'm going to start to work my way up from the outside, flipping the brush so it's horizontal or vertical, this way, whatever this way is. And I'm gonna start pushing this behind my eyeball. So working from the outside, not doing a rainbow blend, I'm making sure the outside edge is higher, coming down into my inner corner. Okay, so timeless, smoky, classic eye. If you have hooded eyes, remember we're going up over that hood. So when we look straight, not doing this, right? We're relaxing. So we can see that shade and that shadow above that hood, blending off right below the brow bone. So to make sure it's extra secure, I'm gonna go in and do a few layers. Now really packing it in to make sure that it's nice and set. So we'll repeat and do the same thing on our other eye. And balance it out until it's the same density as our right one. And there we go. So nice and blended. So you're gonna take the tip of the brush and we're gonna go at the bottom edges of our lashes, press and pull down motion until we get to the inner corner. Now remember, we're doing our eyes first, so if we get foliage, we can easily wipe it away. I would prefer if you took this lower and we can blend that edge as opposed to keeping it really tight and creating a line. We wanna think nice and soft. So essentially this look is the exact same look in your Pampering Sessions using shade. And in the mini lesson, I'm just switching it out and doing it with Radiant. So a little tip, if you are a creaser, give it a couple extra presses into that crease with pigment, and that will help set it, okay? So now that we have that guy on and kind of blend the edges, you can totally use your fingers to blend them out, like so. Now we're gonna go into Firestone and jazz this up. So I'm gonna go in with our small crease brush and Firestone. Firestone is that one where it looks white, but it goes on with a pink hue, like a holographic. I'm just gonna lightly dust this on the edges of my crease to halo that color around. I love Firestone and Moonstone because it's not frosty, so it's not gonna add texture. As we mature, remember mattes are our best friend. These ones add a holographic topper and they completely change the look to anything underneath it. They're so fun. So, and I am also dragging it and just lightly buffing it over the bottom of my shadow there. So I'm just kind of haloing this around my eye to kind of blend it out, but it just softens and gives us that really pretty kind of halo-y glow. It's amazing. So of course we're going to do the same to the other eye. All right, let's do some liner with our amped up mascara using our liner brush. Grabbing that product, I'm going to line my eyes. So starting at the pupil. Remember, stamping, not dragging until we get to that inner corner. And then we're gonna build it up. Remember, thicker on the outside. Once you get to that iris, you're gonna fold it in so it gets nice and thin as you go. That will create an uplifting look with your liner. I'm gonna take a little bit of a tip, starting at my last lash. And I'm gonna drag this down to connect. So then all I did is I just built it up from the outer edge, filling in the gaps. If it goes patchy, don't worry, you wanna go in and just add a couple layers. And then we're gonna do the same to the other eye. And now it's our mascara, of course, tops and bottoms. So remember, never pump, always do a little wiggle and pull out, okay? Now, remember, it's a rice bran wax base. So after you open your mascara, about 2 weeks, it can come out really clumpy on the brush. This is perfectly normal. You just scrape it off, push it back in. The more you use it, the more it will go back to normal. It's just because it's a natural product, and when the air gets into it, it expands the product. It's not a faulty mascara, it's just natural, so you just gotta work with it. But if you use it as liner, the more you use it as liner, it'll go back to normal too. So wiggle, starting at the base, wiggling up. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It's all about the wiggles. And then just lightly pressing on your bottoms. We're going again to the other side. Starting at the base, wiggling up. And you can use it as nice and light, or you can do a couple layers to give you that really beautiful mascara look. Okay. Happens to everyone. If that happens, take a dry Q-tip and just twirl it away. Boom, magic. All right, eyes are done. I'm gonna wipe away any foliage and I'm gonna go into my foundation. So I'm currently at number 6. So really make sure you give it a good shake. We're gonna put a pea size. Ooh, this is brand new. Brand new. All right, there you go. Okay, we're gonna put a pea size on the back of our hand. We're gonna take our foundation brush. You're gonna lightly pull the edge down just a little bit and then load it into the center of your foundation brush. Starting in the center of your cheeks. Really push it in. Your pressure matters. You wanna push, push, push. So it melts with those beautiful skincare, beautiful oils. And then finishing in a downward motion so it flattens our little hairs. Got a little stress pimple going on there. We're gonna go and cover that puppy up. Remember, this is designed to look like a second skin, so less is more. We want to start off in soft layers, one section at a time on our skin. And then at the forehead, starting in the center, just whatever feels most natural to you, nice and light. Then if you do have a little area that you need to be covered, or that needs to get covered, take a little extra and tap, tap, tap over where you need a little fuller coverage. Okay, let's cover up this darkness here. It has been a hot minute with this build out, okay? We're gonna go in and we're gonna brighten those up. So remember, adding a little bit more of your foundation to the back of your hand. We're gonna add a tiny little bit of your Gaia Gloss right next to it. Now with your concealer brush, just the tip, you're gonna dip right into your pan, okay? Just like so. You're gonna activate that color into the Gaia, right? And then you're gonna mix that foundation into the other two products there. So you get a nice, just half a peachy shade. Starting right at that darkness in the inner corner. We're gonna do our warrior stripe down, following the dark circle, not going straight across. Now, I like to take our large concealer brush and pat it out. or you can definitely use your fingers too. Now the reason why we want to stop at our iris here is because we don't have blue over here. I mean, if you do, some people do it as hereditary, you just want to add, you just want to kind of lightly fluff it over, but this is where we have most of our texture. So we want it to be nice and soft and not looking like we are wearing anything, just nice and bright, going in with a couple different layers and giving us that lifting effect. Layering is key. If you have a little bit more darkness, remember you can always add, you cannot take away. So much better. I cannot do this even if it's just a no makeup look, just a mascara and foundation day. I still do my under eye brightener. It's all the difference in the world. All right, then we set our skin with our blur setting powder, which is, yes, back in stock finally with brand new packaging. This is still the old one. We're so thrilled. Thank you so much for your patience on that, guy, but we are stocked up. So pulling a little bit to the side, pushing it into the powder brush, and pressing, starting underneath that eye area, pushing it into the skin. Always want to start under that eye area so it sets that beautiful oils with the Gaia Gloss. And push, push, push. And then it's a great dry shampoo when you need a little pick-me-up. Of course, won't be complete without a little contouring, so we're gonna take the contour brush and shade. Remember, pick up, dust off. Feeling the hollowness of your cheekbone, starting at your tragus or your nub, going straight across, letting it taper off. And then tip to temple, pushing back, and then behind your ear, under the jaw, brushing down. So if you forget to do this with your contour and you create a line and you see it, go in with your blur setting powder and blur it out. We wanted to just have it like as if like nothing's there. It just gives you that beautiful definition without looking like you're wearing anything. And look at how my cheeks pop. So when these two parts are pushed out, the top of your cheekbone comes out at us. Okay, blush. I'm actually gonna use Radiant, but I'm also gonna mix Firestone into my brush. So we're gonna sandwich them together. We're gonna go light, so going into Firestone first, then we're gonna sandwich a little bit of Radiant, and we're gonna go back into Firestone, okay? Starting at the apples of your cheeks, because that Firestone is in there, I don't need to wipe away Radiant on the back of my hand. Firestone is nice and lighting it for me, or neutralizing it. So sandwich again, light, dark, light, and you can use this with any of the colors. Firestone is actually the first one that I ran out the fastest because I used it on my cheeks for everything. And then our brows. So going in with Stone and an angled brush, nice and light. You're gonna pick it up, you're gonna dust it off, or not dust it, you're gonna completely remove it on the back of your hand so it's nice and soft. Starting in the center of our brow, pushing out, and then connecting it down to that inner corner. Remember, your first touch point will always be your darkest. So we can always add, we can't take away. Just nice and soft, just to frame the face. So when I go to do the next brow, I'm actually gonna pick up from the back of my hand, not the pan. Okay, we're starting in that center, little flicks out, and then little flicks in to connect it. So that will keep it nice and soft. And for my lips, I'm just gonna add a little bit of Gaia Gloss with my finger, like so. And then I'm gonna pick up just the tiniest little bit of Firestone and melt it in. So remember, little tip, you can depot this and put it into a little pot and create your own custom lip color and keep it in your purse. So there we have it. That is this week's Makeup Tip Tuesday. Welcome back. Again, it has been a hot minute. Thank you guys so much. We're so excited about this new store in Kelowna. So if you're in Kelowna and you haven't come in yet, please come see me for a free pampering session. I will be running this store currently for lessons and makeup applications as well. So we hope that you enjoyed this week's Makeup Tip Tuesday. If you have any questions or if you're looking for a tip yourself, please let us know what you would like to see next, and we will see you next week.